Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia, and this is your love and finance tarot guidance for the month of August 2016. Wow, all I can say is welcome to August. This is a really big month. Not as big as next month, but fasten your seatbelts, okay? Before I even start, I do have the tarot cards laid out for this. I want to talk about what's actually going on this month that corresponds with our card reading, okay? August the 2nd, okay, Mars finally leaves Scorpio and enters Sagittarius until September 27th. Now, let's talk about this for a moment because those of you who are keeping track or who've been with me for a while here, you remember we've already been here, right? Yes, Mars went into Sagittarius back on March the 6th. And then it retrograded back into Scorpio. So we've been covering a lot of old ground. And we're finally going to get to, move on through this and complete the whole Mars and Sagittarius thing. And I really think that on the 27th of September, when it goes into Capricorn, it's like, whew, what was all that? All right? It's just a part of it. Okay? By the time you get to the 27th of September and you continue on into Capricorn, I think you're starting to feel a little more grounded then. You're going to see that because we keep talking about that target date of October the 8th when Mercury has finally left shadow. Let me not jump ahead because there's so much going on here. Now, also on August the 2nd, and I want you to take note of the time, people. This is like big to me. We have a new moon in Leo, and where I'm at, which is Eastern Standard Time, it occurs at 4:44 p.m. Yes, one of those fantastic angel numbers. Keep that in mind. I think that's a special new moon. So when you're listening to this, get those intentions together, all right? Because these are important ones. Okay, now, our full moon. Wow. Before we mention the full moon, let's talk about Saturn, okay? Because with Saturn and Mars, we just felt like we were going back over and over and over those old issues trying to rectify things. And since some point in July, about the third week, people started noticing, especially around the full moon in July, that they're starting to actually get somewhere with things and making real progress, okay? That hopefully comes to fruition by when? October, yes. Well, maybe in September. And then October, it's like I said, more pleasant. So Saturn goes direct on August 13th. That to me is a big shift. It's more like a signal that not just that we're able to move forward, but between Mars having moved back into Sagittarius and Saturn going direct, you're at some point that's more like a beginning point. And it will amaze you to see where it's going to take you. I do truly believe. So, pay attention here. I neglected to mention Venus. Venus will enter Virgo on the 5th of August, okay, where it will stay through the 30th. Now, on to this full moon. I saved the full moon pretty much for last. Alrighty then. It's kind of like a bonus full moon, if you want to think of it that way, because normally where we have our eclipses in sets of two, every once in a while, the universe throws in an extra one. And this is our extra one, okay? We will have a penumbral lunar eclipse in Aquarius on August 18th. Keep that in mind. This is a busy month in the skies, people. Very busy month. Now, you'll also remember that right at the end of last month, Uranus went retrograde. Things are like happening everywhere, just happening everywhere. Jupiter this month is getting ready to make a switch, okay? It won't change signs until September the 9th, but it is currently still in Virgo, but it's got to slowly slow down because it's a big planet anyway. And it will be moving on into, Libra on the 9th of September. So we'll have a lot to talk about then as well. Okay, so as you can see here, there's a lot happening in the month of August. And what is it about? Wow. There's been so much patience involved for you in that taking back control of your life thing. Are you getting there? I think so. What you're really working on is lightening your load little by little. And I do believe that you can see it's not going to happen overnight, but at this point, you're so happy to be working on all of those details to create the changes that you need. You're still in like a decision-making process this month. Okay, this month requires a lot of patience in that ability to totally gain control, because while you feel like you kind of have a grasp on things again, it's not the kind of control that you want, because you're working on that something that has to go away. And it will, okay? It will probably sometime next month. We gotta keep some target dates in mind. Oh boy. Yeah, that determination to hang tight until September. It's important because you're working on, there's an area of your life that needs stability. Now, for many of you out there, that area most definitely includes finances. And you need to bring about an end to this difficult chapter. You will get to choose something this month, like which way you want to go, whatever it is that's been happening for you. Now, for some of you, and I always throw scenarios out there, and somebody will say, oh, that's not for me. It's just a scenario. Like that's someone who's been going along and maybe kept putting off a divorce, kept putting off a sale of their home or a move that was necessary. It's like finally making that decision, like, okay, now I'm going to do it, because when I take care of this, this is what lightens my load by eliminating this thing and making this big change in my life. This will help me immensely. So whatever it is you have going on, you'll be aware of it, and you'll know that the time has come to make a choice. You've waited a long time to be able to do it, but you will finally be able to do it this month, and it's going to put you off to somewhere better. Like I said, it will lighten your load. I also think for many of you, you're going to find in some way that there is an opportunity available to you this month, which if it's monetary, okay, it could come in the form of a new job, whatever. Keep in mind that Mercury thing, all right? That it's going to go retrograde. There was a lot that we talked about here. So this is a big month of change. And how do you approach it, all right? Because you're going to close a door on something. And as you do that, I think for many of you, it's closing a door on the instability that was present. If it was in a financial area, you're going to know that your vision for the future is going to allow you not only to have some money, extra money to hang on to, but not to feel so trapped by it all, okay? Where you know that the changes are going to happen and they're going to start to move forward at a more rapid pace. I find this extremely interesting. I think it's just going to be like, woo, 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 all over the place kind of month. So you're going to have up days, you're going to have down days, you're going to have days where you're like, oh my God, can I do this? Can I get through it? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. That feeling of being trapped, you're going to like say, I'm out of here. You're really, truly working on it. Like, finally. It's like a big finally, really. So much is happening. And, in your mind, it would have happened a long time ago. Okay? But I don't think mentally you were in the right place. Like, how can I explain that? Like, you wanted to make the changes, when you realized that you needed to. But I don't think what you wanted to do when you wanted to do it, like the timing wasn't jiving with the universe. Well, you're going to have success with them now. And the timing is going to jive. But you're going to be like, oh my goodness, let me just get rid of some of this stress. Let me move forward. My life needs change. I accept the change. And that's a key word right there. Accept. If you can accept it, you can make so much progress. All right? That's a lot of what all of this is about, is that being able to let go, not holding on to things anymore. Once you have done that and you've totally released it in a way that there's no mourning over it, no nothing, and you're just going to like like a slingshot. Okay, you're going to be catapulted forward like the universe shot you out of a cannon. Okay, I don't know how else to put it. Does it mean that, all of a sudden one day in August, this happens and boom, and you wake up the next day and it's all different? I doubt it. All right. But you're going to know that all of a sudden that you've set something in motion that is about to just like rearrange everything that you've ever known. And I'm like, wow, wow. Now, having faith in the universe is important here, and being ready for the adventure. How can I best explain this? In some way, shape, or form, you have accumulated a lot of baggage due to your past. Pack light. It isn't welcome in your future. Okay? It is not welcome. You are finally getting that momentum that not just allows you to be, ready to take the risk to have an adventure, but where you see that maybe like that crowd is forming. That crowd that says, yay, look what you've done. Okay? Because you are ready now. Like, when you stop one day and you say to yourself, oh my goodness, I can't believe the clarity that I've achieved. Because you're breaking out of that mental prison that you've been in. Okay? I don't think it exists by September. I really, truly don't. I think it's like done. There is a new you that's beginning to emerge, and things in your life are starting to balance out. And how so? Through patience. Oh my goodness. Why must we always be patient? Patience is present here everywhere, but your patience is going to pay off. Okay, it's going to pay off in a big way. Now, for those of you who have been doing anything, not necessarily a legal matter, but something that requires documents. It can be anything. It can be divorces, bankruptcies, some kind of court settlement, insurance payout, sale of property, sale of any kind of property. Your home, purchasing a home. There's so much going on. You're going to find that picks up speed this month, more so than it did after that, let's say the full moon in July. Okay? So a lot of changes taking place. What I don't see here is the opportunity to just chill once in a while. I think you need to keep up with the pace. That could be a little tough. You might get a little bit tired. But I have to tell you, insofar as creating new beginnings, this is exactly what you're doing. It's like, how many times have you been knocked down and how many times have you gotten back up? See, this time you've gotten back up and you've not only defended your territory, but you've created, I think so many of you could write a book. I don't know how else to put it, because what you've created that's coming and is almost here is totally different than what you've had. I'm like in awe. So for many of you, here we go again, that concept of the 5 years. Like, do you know you have finally, like, won that battle? You're finally feeling like you're winning the war or achieving a victory over all of that stuff. All that stuff that happened to you. Now, focus is shifting. Everywhere I look here, I see that you have achieved an incredible amount of wisdom. Now, not everyone is at the same place on their path. So I encourage those who are really in tune with what I'm talking about to reach out and help someone, guide someone else along the way, because, they could be focused in the wrong direction. But I'm seeing that so many of you have achieved the wisdom and the balance that's necessary, the balance of emotion. See, there's a generosity of spirit that's taking place here. And I think kindness among people becomes amplified again. There's been too much negativity in the world. So hopefully we start to see a shift, because we do have, I think Mars moving on is a very key thing. Getting out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius, because after it was retrograde for so long, all that pent up anger and need for action kind of unleashed itself when it went direct, and we saw it playing out on the world stage, which was not good. But, you know, karma and good luck are coming. Now, it's going to manifest itself in different ways for everyone. But what it most definitely means is that things are going to start to shift. They're going to start to happen. And this is the point where I'm going to put down more cards, because I'm like, oh, don't leave me hanging there. I want to know what's coming. You know, this is indeed a very interesting month. All right. You're just so, I want to say, mentally chomping at the bit to go forward, because you've seen that you've achieved these victories over the challenges in your life. And you know that, like, by now, some of you will have a date. Like, if it involved courts or any kind of documents, you've received a date, and you know that on such and such a date, your life isn't going to be like it was. Because someone actually said to you, okay, Joe, you know, on September 26th, 27th, whatever it is, something's going to happen, you know, whatever it is that you've been waiting for. So it's been a long time coming, but you're going to be able to say that when you get to October, that things are so much better. Now, let's see what we have here, because there is that, again, the being of help to others, okay? I don't know why this has become an important theme, but it really feels this way. And I think so many of you are at that point. I have to tell you, it will be therapeutic for you. You know, as you rise to your challenges and close old doors, you're going to find that you can become a wise counsel to others. It may just be one person, but the difference that you make in that person's life, in that relationship, and help them balance their life out, it's an amazing thing. So you're going to start to see more balance coming within relationship aspects. And also there is this practicality, this down-to-earth, nurturing, whatever you have, like that you exude to people. Because I think with what you've been through, you're starting to give back. And you may not even realize it. You know, maybe me pointing it out to you is like, it's not me saying that you must go do this. I think this is who you're becoming. And you're able to have that kindness toward others. But this shift that's coming by the end of the month, whoa. I mean, I think we're kind of going to steamroll through September, you know, and wake up in October and go, do I know this place? All right? Because when I look at it, it's like things are going to manifest, and the stars are going to help, you know, help you manifest them. But when it comes to your prayers being answered and taking back your power, all I can say is, wow. Like, finally, like, put that issue to rest once and for all. This is the month that ensures you that it's going to happen. So I'm more than amazed by this. And like I keep saying, once you get past October the 8th, I think you can take a huge breath, and maybe not a vacation because you're going to have so much to do in your new life, but you are going to feel that you have won something that has taken you years to overcome. And I'm happy for all of you, for every single one of you. So when you do, in retrospect, look back at this time, at this month, how powerful it was and how much change is occurring, you're just going to say, wow, I survived it. I did it. I have to pat myself on the back because I certainly deserve a lot of credit. And you're going to see, as you're moving through August and you're weeding things out, people, places, things, by the time you get to October, you're going to know who belongs by your side and who doesn't. I want to thank you all for listening, and I'll see you here again next month. There's a lot of changes coming up with Tarot by Cecilia, and I will keep you informed through my Facebook page and perhaps do a special blog post explaining them. So hopefully we'll get that out within the, maybe even now. Who knows? But I'll see you here next month, and Wow, we have a lot to talk about. There will be a lot of extra videos coming out, let's say that, because we have 3 eclipses coming. So much to speak about. I'm speechless thinking about it. So I'll see you here next month. Take care.